I don't even know what's going on anymore. I literally just looked into Grimmjow's kit and posted it. And apparently there's more. Now we've got, I think, his weapon stamp and the dupes. And this isn't the Grimmjow which we thought it would be. Well, I personally thought it was... Wait, who am I looking at? Is this Yoruichi? I personally thought it was going to be Grimmjow with his transformation. Apparently he's already in his transformation. So we're going to have to work that one out. But before all of that, I am preparing ahead of self because I don't know what's going on. Right, let me make sure I get this one right. Bop. Oh, the angle's a bit off, but that should, I was going to say, at least give me my goddamn jades. That's all I'm here for. Alright, let's take a look. What is going on? I'm so confused right now. So apparently the Grimmjow leaks, as you could say, have been releasing slowly. And this is our first look. I'm not going to lie. This to me is hype. So it seems that Grimmjow is already going to be in this form, which is very, very interesting. So in terms of us thinking that he was going to have a secondary kit through his transformation, well, that is kind of thrown out the window now. It seems that we're just going to get straight into it and get his transformation state. It's very weird on how things are being done, I will say, but nonetheless, this does look hype to me. And again, we're in that same situation, because it's like, if Grimmjow is not confirmed and we're getting everything about that man, is he being set up for the Chinese New Year release? Is this it? Or is he going to be the setup to the final character? Because Gin technically was the final character within the batch that we had. So are we doing this again? Is this the developers playing tricks on us? Giving us a little bit of a look ahead of time on something that is going to be dropping in March, maybe April. Oh my goodness gracious me, my head is spinning. My head is spinning, boys. I am losing it. Anyway, so this is everything that I've been sent. We've got the dupes. We do have the stamps. So I've already gone over his initial kit. Nothing too broken, but he sounds like he's going to be a pretty disgusting offensive character. His passive was a little bit confusing in terms of the directions they're kind of putting him in, because it's kind of looking like a thrust type of character. But again, it's honestly, it's early days. I'm now convinced that Grimmjow is not releasing at the end of this, well, next week basically. So let's just dive on in. So when it comes to Grimmjow's first dupe, whenever Grimmjow triggers an extreme dodge, he immediately gains 1 Predator energy. Okay, so that's not too bad, I guess. I mean, that will help you out to get the sub skill 3 a lot quicker, I guess, since you need 2, right? And you get 1 by just from his kit alone, or his basic attack basically. So if you get the extreme dodge implemented with that, then that's +2. Well, no, +2 will give you the sub skill 3 activated, so that will allow you to do the most damage basically. Okay, so can't go wrong with that. I feel like they could have, I want to say that first dupe could have been already, and I do hope, because they did something similar to Gin, where they made his dupe into his enhanced passive. I feel like that's something that they could do with this one. Just a personal opinion on that. Anyway, moving along. Rend damage is increased by 30%, so that's that abnormal damage play that we looked at already. When rend damage crits, an additional damage equal to the current damage plus 30% is dealt. I assume that's what that star sign is. Okay. God. Okay. God damn it. I want to say this might have been in his old build, unless they are committing to a March-April thrust release. It's got to be the case, because they can't release him anytime soon, especially now that we just had Gin. Although Rangiku is being released too. The only thing I can really see him being catered to if they do drop him, he's got to be a battlefield thrust element, if that's where they want to take him. Okay, so that, again, that second skill can stay where it's at, because that's fantastic for abnormal damage. Fourth dupe, after releasing a combat skill, Grimmjow gains 30% melee damage bonus for 15 seconds. Okay, that's pretty fitting for the character, since he is on the claw side of it, and we aren't going to be using any type of swords or anything like that. Nope, none of that. It's just going to be full-on hand-to-hand combat. Okay, fair enough. Okay, that's not too bad. That kind of effectively affects all of his kit if you really think about it. So, yeah. Okay, cool. And the final dupe. At the start of the combat, Grimmjow enters a bloodthirst state. Increases attack. Wait, what? Bloodthirster. His attacks apply rend even to the enemies without wound. Ooh, okay. His critical rate increases by 40%. Rend damage increases by 60%. Efficiency of applying rend value increases by 40%. So that's what? 30? No, that's 77% if we're including the passive. Okay, that's huge. Okay, yeah, that final dupe is pretty hefty if you ask me. Okay, so dupe-wise, first one they can change up. If they are going to commit to the DOT play, which could very well be the case, then I think that solidifies him to potentially be looked into the thrust element. If he is thrown into the strike element, be a bit of a weird one, because there's more support for the abnormal damage on the thrust side of it. If that is the case, if he is going to strike, I would assume that that would all have to be changed up. That's just a personal preference, though. Yeah. The fourth dupe I do like though. To me, that fourth dupe is extremely solid because it effectively affects his whole kit, because he is going to be full on melee as an all-rounder, especially with like the sub skills on his normal attack as well as skills. It all is inflicted with melee combat damage. So that fourth dupe is pretty nice. Okay, so looking over now to the stamp card. While Grimmjow is in the Panther Dash state, he rapidly charges power, reaching its maximum after 2.5 seconds. Releasing the basic attack button at this point will cast an enhanced pounce. Casting a combat skill or triggering extreme dodge will allow enhanced pounce to be casted immediately. After casting enhanced pounce, Grimmjow gains 10% critical rate and 15% of normal damage bonus for 15 seconds. Is that stackable? Like, can we get... Okay, but regardless, that's a nice little added little bonus to that. Can't go wrong with that. When enhanced power deals damage, it immediately applies 1 instance of rend abnormal damage. For every 1% critical rate, Grimmjow combat skill damage is increased by 1.5, and you can cap it at 90%. Wow, okay. Oh, wow, okay, hold on a minute. That's... So if you max him out, basically, that... Oh my god, wait, you can really put on some hefty amount of crit damage. I just realized that. I would go crazy on the crit damage with this unit. Crazy on the crit damage, because of course I'm going to max him out, right? Abnormal damage on the 3rd slot, and then the main slot, again, it will be catering to whatever element he's at. So the damage potential behind this character in terms of being maxed out, and obviously, well, we don't even know what the exclusive stamp card is actually doing too. Or not exclusive stamp. Well, yeah, technically it's designed for him. So this is very interesting. His initial kit kind of sounded like, okay, it's good, it's getting there. Let's just kind of keep working on it. But the weapon card and the and his dupes really is giving us a bit of a bigger picture of yeah, on how crazy this unit is potentially going to be. To me, right now, he's definitely going to be DPS. I think this has to be an old build, because, well, then again, if they are committing to the thrust element, then I can see this being a thrust DPS character, but it would have to be 2 to 3 months from now, my personal opinion. If they drop this right now, I think a lot of people will be pissed off and annoyed, because of course I know that a few people would decide to go out and get their gin all done up and maxed up and whatnot. This would just, yeah, I think he would have to be dropped at a later time. If they do, again, go around, if they go down that route of making him a strike character, then I think there would need to be some abnormal damage support on the strike element. But then again, thrust is, unless the strategic play is being switched up, it'll be weird to see him as a strike element, because again, all the support right now for abnormal damage is heavily invested into thrust. So, and all the additional bonuses from the support play on the thrust element is catered to thrust. So if he is strike, you won't get the full potential out of him in terms of the support play. So I'm gonna have to give it to the developers. I feel like this is all being done on purpose, because this has just made things so much more confusing right now on what is going on. Because of course they are leaving it to the last minute to inform us on things to happen. So I think leaks is more so of just kind of getting the community talking, chatting and discussing on what is true, what could be, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I don't know about this one, boys. I don't know about this one.